What?
Who are you?
Dude, it's me. Come on, just let me out of the chair and I'll forget about this whole thing. I promise.
Who sent you?
But me, nobody sent me. I'm here because I'm back from India.
What's your mission?
I have no mission. My mission's gonna be to.
I'm sick and tired of this. Where's Arvin?
Come on,
what did you do to him?
Get me out of the chair.
What did you do to Arvin?
I didn't do. I am Arvin. Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 19 of We Like to Podcast.
It says so on my paper.
Yeah, I had to look at it again because it's a big number.
I'm happy. 19. We made it. 19 people.
And it's all thanks to you guys.
Yeah.
So, to kick things off, wanted to thank everybody for the copious amounts of emails that we're getting.
Tons.
My inbox. I label every We Like to Podcast email comes in with a little label on it, and one day the entire first page of my Gmail account was all We Like to Podcast emails.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot of emails you guys are sending us. We really appreciate it, and we're so sorry if we haven't replied to you yet or added you to the map yet. We're really
He just taught me how to do the map.
Yes.
And I actually know how to do it, so I'm going to start doing that. But we're both... Like, Arvin's got his new job. He's putting in, 10-hour days.
Yeah.
And I'm in my last semester of school. I'm coming up to, my final essays are due, and I've got tests to do, and it's really starting to get crazy hectic. But we're doing our best, and we're trying to be more active on the site. Mm-hmm. We're trying to get these podcasts more regularly. So we're trying.
Yeah, you guys. I think we're really trying hard, and I think we're doing a pretty good job, given the circumstances.
I think so. So if we haven't responded, we're trying, and if we don't end up responding, it's not because we didn't want to respond to you, and send us another email, and hopefully we'll respond to that one. Yeah. Because there's some that are past that we just might not get to. Mm-hmm. So let's get in.
Yes.
To it.
So I'll start off with our week in review. First story is about something that I'm very sad about.
Me too.
Nintendo at a Game Developers Conference meeting or keynote speech announced a concept called Wii Pay and Play.
I just don't like the way that starts.
No, because the first word is, well, it's Wii, which we love, but the second word is pay. We don't like to pay more.
No.
And so basically the idea is that they're toying with the idea of adding payable services to games and channels and whatnot to allow them to do more online stuff. Which sounds a lot like the PlayStation Home Network, which forces you to pay and in order to get access to online services. This is something they haven't given us any more details other than that, but it to me just does not sound very promising.
Really, we don't want to jump to too many conclusions because we don't know what it's all about. They haven't announced what it's all about, but it looks ominous. And honestly, part of the thing I was excited about with Wii in the first place was a lot of my friends had Xbox 360, and they were like, "Oh, online play, and it's great." And I said, "Well, Wii's going to be free online."
Yeah,
so
exactly.
suck on that.
Yeah,
and
exactly. The Nintendo Wi-Fi Wii Connect 24 is supposed to be free for everybody. So.
Which if there's something they have to do, if their hands are tied, I don't know. But
given
who
how
knows?
They're making hand over fist with money. Well,
they really are. I don't know. Let's just leave that alone because we just don't know enough.
So that's just a little FYI. Right. Hopefully it leads to something good.
Well, something a little more positive about downloading. WiiWare has been officially announced coming out May 12th, which is soon. And there's a bunch of stuff coming out for it. One game that's coming out right off the bat is Defend the Castle, which is an online game which I guess they've beefed up. It used to be really popular. They've beefed it up for the WiiWare. And I guess you can do 4-player online co-op. Yeah. Which is really cool. 4-player co-op. I don't know if it's online.
No, I think it's in
just
game.
in-game co-op. Still pretty cool. 500 Wii points, $5 for us, which is pretty solid. I think it's exciting that WiiWare is coming out.
Yeah, if that's going to be the price range that a lot of games are going to be coming out at, I am not. I don't have a problem with that, really.
No, really. I mean, these people are working hard to release things for the Wii. They're outside of Nintendo. They're doing it to better the system. They deserve something.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
Also, another quick release date. Wii Fit is May 19th in North America. Hopefully, both the US and Canada. After that No More Heroes debacle.
Yeah.
Hopefully May 19th is what they've told us, so that's coming out.
So if you're a big geek like me, you probably have at least one computer in your house running Linux, and you may have another device in your house running Linux, and that is your Wii. Thanks to the work of the exploit on by the group, the Tweezlers group or whatever that made that exploit for Zelda, they've natively gotten Linux running on the Wii. Everything's really early still. That exploit's, it's brand new and people are really starting to play with it. But the Penguin is now running on your Wii, so hooray for that.
It's really a jump forward. I mean, last time we were talking about how they just cracked the code and now they're already got Linux going.
Yeah.
So at this pace, who knows what we're going to have by our next podcast.
Oh yeah, totally.
Wii menu update. If your Wii was blinking blue, it's because you got the menu 3.2, which the only really big thing that's come out for that, there's a few more scrolly things. When a game disc is in, it scrolls something across, I believe.
Yeah, I believe
and
so.
just like how the Weather Network scrolls stuff across and the
News channel
scrolls stuff across. So the big thing though is if you have a game that has updates, when you put it in, it should automatically start downloading those updates. It should let you know that they're there and you can download those updates. So that's the big thing with this menu. And we already had someone on the forum say that he put in his Guitar Hero and there was no updates, and that was kind of sad.
No.
But that's the big thing with the new menu.
Yeah, I actually haven't done it because I was very scared that it might actually close the exploit on the Zelda game, but it's been reported that the new menu update does not close the Zelda exploit. So if you wanted to do the homebrew stuff, it's still there. So you can update, and I'm sure I will at some point.
Of course you will.
But yeah, so with that hack, somebody actually got Tetris running.
Really?
Yeah, there's a version of Tetris that was released for the GameCube way back in the homebrew days of the GameCube, and the guy recompiled it and got it running on the Wii natively.
Awesome.
With controller support.
Okay.
So it's really crude. I mean, it's very very basic Tetris, but it's Tetris. Running
classic game Tetris.
Running homebrew.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard something, I don't know where I heard this from, but I heard the guy who actually designed and developed Tetris made nothing off of it because it was made in the former USSR,
right?
Big hardcore communism at the time, and he made it for the country, and the country released it as a game and made tons of money, and the guy made peanuts.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's love for you.
Because that's a classic friggin' game. I love Tetris.
Oh, Tetris! Well, Tetris. Not only is it an intelligent game, but it's it's a game that anybody can pick up and play. It's worldwide.
And it's just lasted. It's lasted.
I would almost say it's the video game equivalent to chess.
For one person.
Yes, very good point.
So, Guitar Hero replacement discs. A lot of the Guitar Hero replacement discs have been coming in. If you haven't gotten your package yet, you do have to go to the website. Do we have a link for it?
Yeah, we'll put them up.
Put a link up. This is where you want to go and submit so that they can send you a package so that you can send your disc back, and then they can send you a replacement disc that's going to be Dolby surround sound and all that jazz instead of just mono. But I actually haven't received it yet.
So we are wondering if maybe they're just taking their time with Canada.
It's happened before. No More Heroes. So
if there are any other Canadians out there that own Guitar Hero 3 that have asked for or submitted for their replacement disc, let us know if you've received anything yet.
Right,
Please.
And if I do get it, when I do get it, I'll put something up on the website to let you guys know. Right.
So on that note, if you might have gotten, finished your Guitar Hero 3 experience and don't want to get a replacement disc, Activision's actually offering a full refund. If you have a Dolby, a non-Dolby digital disc, you can actually apply for a full refund instead of getting a replacement.
Right.
So I'll put the links up for the application online. You got to fill them out and send it in. It's a long process, but eventually you'll get a rebate, which is your refund.
Which is really tempting because Rock Band is coming out. Maybe you should return. See, I don't even think I'd get Rock Band. It's so cool. Rock Band is a lot of fun, but I really don't want all that stuff sitting around my room. I don't have that much room.
Guitar and the mic and the
drums. But it's fun. Anyway, so moving on, Capcom, which released one of my favorite games. It was on our last top 5, which was Res 4, is releasing Resident Evil 0 in Japan. Same whole port over to the Wii with the same controls, same idea, and it was so fun that I was really excited when Res 4 came out. It was a lot of fun, so I was really excited for Resident Evil 0. I'm stumbling all over the place. Okay, here's the bad news though. As of now, it is not going to be released in North America, and I'm assuming also the UK.
That's sad.
So what they did say though was, if it makes a killing like Resident Evil 4 did in Japan, they're going to look at the possibility of changing it over to English and sending it over this way. So it's an if on an if, but it's possible.
Yeah.
And I mean, Resident Evil 4 was so good and it did so well over in Japan, as well as doing really well over here. It's a pretty solid possibility, I think.
I hope so.
I mean, if they release it again, the same kind of price, $29.99 is what it was over here.
Yep.
And I would buy it.
Yeah.
I had a blast with the one Resident Evil.
And I'd play your copy that you bought.
Yes. Have you even opened?
No, and you'll know why later on. Why I still haven't opened my copy of Metroid.
Right.
So just a quick note on a dude that did something really neat. A guy named Ryan Cully has a friend who is physically disabled. And so he wanted his friend to be able to play the Wii and have as much fun as we all do. So the way he did this is he actually modified the Wii controller and the nunchuck to create a one-handed Wiimote nunchuck combination. And if you look at the blog and the pictures and everything, you can see this is a really big amount of work. He completely hacked together a brand new design for how everything works, and it was just just really neat to see. This little type of thing happening where...
I mean, it's a really good story. It's something that, isn't necessarily... It's Wii related because you did it with the Wii, but it's not really something that's available for everyone.
Yeah.
But it's just such a good story to see something like that. And it's also really cool to see someone able to do that.
Yeah.
Being able to just take everything apart and make it work. And I don't think that would even be possible on another game system.
No, definitely not. I doubt it. Yeah,
which is really cool.
And that's the nice thing about the motion sensitivity of the Wii Remote and the games that are for it. So you can play it without having to really be able to button mash and things like that.
Right.
So. Alrighty. Oh yeah, it's me again, isn't it?
Yes.
Final week in review stories about Mario Kart Wii. There's been a lot of news coming out for it.
Right.
One of the big things is 12-person online multiplayer support.
Very cool.
Very cool. There's bikes as well as cars. Lots of little stuff like that. I'm not going to go into all the news about it, but one thing that... Link. There. One piece of news that caught everybody's attention was the initial reaction when they said chatting in a chat room. Then it turned into text chatting in a chat room. Then it turned to text chatting. Sorry, I think I could say that. Try saying that 10 times. Text chatting. No, stop. It's a joke.
You told me.
No. Shh. Then it turned to text chatting without keyboard support, no keyboard support, but then it also turned to text chatting with pre-made messages instead of being able to enter in your own stuff.
I want to know what the hell the point is.
Yeah. Basically, just like with Smash Brothers, pre-made text that you can send to people, but not in the game, in the waiting room for the game. When you're in online multiplayer mode.
I don't see why.
Everybody's saying it. They're playing it safe again. I don't see why.
Like, if you're not gonna try for actual communication, why bother?
Yeah, it's
like
true.
I don't really want to send someone a pre-made, like, hey, I'll play you in the next race, or I beat you last time. Like,
yeah.
who knows what they're going to put on there. It's probably not going to be fun.
No. I mean, I can understand if you're in a general chat room, you don't want people just going crazy with like profanity, and I mean, I'm sure they have filters for that anyway. But if you make your own private room with all your friends joining in, I don't see what the harm is.
No, I'd love to tell Arvin he's dumb and he's never going to win because I'm going to beat him so badly.
And then my feelings would be hurt, and then I would leave the game.
No, he wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. But still, no, we're definitely not too happy about that. But
no. Well, one thing I want to know is, and this is kind of off topic, but I want to know if the 12-person online, if you're going to be able to do more than one person per system, because the way Medal of Honor was only one person per machine could go online and fight.
Right.
But the way Strikers was,
and how Smash Brothers
is supposed to be, two people on one machine can go against two people on another machine, which is even still pretty limited.
Yeah.
But what I want to know is how awesome would it be if you could put, one person on this machine, two people on this machine, four people on that machine, as long as it adds up to 12 maximum.
Yeah.
To race against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like Arvin and I would have tons of fun sitting in the same room racing on his machine, rather than like me being at home and him being at home, because now we can't even talk.
Yeah. If we can't text chat, then
I'd rather like razz him live.
Yeah.
Which would be more fun anyway, because then I can make faces
and still be able to play with you guys.
Exactly.
At the same time. Yeah. So that's what we're hoping.
Hope.
Yeah. It's a good good note to keep up there.
Thanks.
So you get to go first.
Do I?
Yes.
Okay.
We have a couple of impromptu reviews.
Yeah. So I'm a broken record. I'm beating a dead horse. No more heroes. No more heroes. No more heroes. No more heroes. I finally rented it.
Yay.
It came out. I took the time. I said, to heck with my schoolwork for a few days, and I played it. And I played it a lot. And I beat it. So I know a lot about it. It was fun. It was a really fun game, but it wasn't a good game. And this is where it gets complicated. You can tell that the people who made it, Scuda51...
Yes, Sudoku.
Sudoku. I don't know how to say it. Put it on the screen, please.
Yeah.
Okay. And the whole team that developed it put a lot of heart and soul into it. It's one of the most interesting games. The sounds are cool. The visuals are cool. It's throwbacks to old video games. There's like Star Wars references. There's references to old video games. There's they break the fourth wall all the time, which that's kind of a literary term. If you don't know what that means, that they announce that it's a game. Like they'll say, "Oh, hey, this is at this part in the game," and I can't believe that's happening. The story was cool. The characters were fun. The fighting was interesting. It was just really a really cool, neat, fun game that was pretty much an A-button hack and slash.
Mm.
Which it wasn't a great game. Like, it was repetitive, it was short, and pretty much 90% of the time you're smashing the A button and swinging the remote around like an idiot whenever the little thing comes on the screen to tell you which way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But with all that said, I would, like, I don't think there's anything like it. I really don't think there's anything like it, and if they make a sequel to this, or not even a story-based sequel, but something else along the same lines, like, I would love to see something else from the studio. The game was so cool, and I don't think there's going to be anything that original for a long time.
Wow. That was really impressive. You made me want to play it now, like even more.
Okay, here's the deal. I wouldn't buy it.
Okay.
I wouldn't buy it for the price because I beat it in like 11 hours and I wasn't rushing, and it does kind of get repetitive because like you beat a boss and then you go back to the city and you have to do this over again and this over again and this over again and this over again, and then you go to the next boss and then you beat the boss and then you have to do this over again and this over again, and it really is just an A button smasher game.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have the money and it's around, you need to experience it. You have to rent it and experience it. It was I have no words. I have no words.
Well, that being said, get out there and rent No More Heroes because it's definitely an experience.
Really, I want people to support it so that these people will do another one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was that good.
All right, so speaking of games that people should support,
Yes.
I managed to get another of our top 5 games that we want to play knocked down, and that is Zack and Wiki.
Yes.
I got my pay stub for my first 2 weeks of working at my new job, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to go pick up a game. And so I hit up our local future shop, and to my surprise, only $29.99, brand new.
Yep.
At this price, even more than this price, this game is definitely worth playing. So just to recap, the type of game that this is a throwback to like Day of the Tentacle and Sam & Max Hit the Road. Basically, it's a game where you're controlling where this character goes in a really confined, I guess you could say on rails type of environment where you have to solve a lot of puzzles. The entire game is all about puzzle solving. But more about trying to go through a sequence of events in order to reach a goal. So, and your goal, of course, is you're trying to put the pieces of this old pirate back together so that you can actually get all of his treasure. The gameplay itself is very much like those old school games. So if you've never played those type of games, it's definitely an interesting experience. Visuals are kind of pretty much standard. What else can I say?
It's a young game.
Yeah.
But Arvin and I together was kind of stumped on a puzzle.
Yeah, and right at the beginning of the game. I haven't played it too long. I've had it for maybe 2 or 3 days now.
Right.
Got through the first main area. So I can't really comment on how long the game is to play, but from what I've seen so far, it's fun to play. It does challenge your mind a little bit. It's great for young and old. Who was it that you said actually?
A friend of mine at work got it for his grandfather, because his grandfather has a Wii and loves puzzle-solving games. And I said, oh, well, I heard about Zack and Wiki, and he went and got it for him, and he just said he loves it. He just loves that game.
So there you go. Young and old and in between.
Yes.
Everybody seems to really like it. All the major reviewers have given it top-notch reviews, and I can see why. It's fun, and at that kind of price, just like Res 4, it's one of those games you have to get at that
Really?
price.
Yeah. One thing I want to definitely say about it is it's very much the kind of game you could only play on the Wii because it's a mouse. It's like a point-and-click mouse game.
Exactly, and that's what makes me feel like it's such a big throwback to those old TC games.
It
Because
is.
It was just it's point and click, and and that's like all it is. So entirely single player, single remote.
But Arvin and I both sat there and were trying to let's try this, or how about you do that first, or no, put it down.
Yeah, I didn't listen to Ben, and I ended up dying a few times. So
Listen to Ben.
But yeah, so even without multiplayer, a lot of people can all work together to solve the puzzles, which is really cool. So there's my quick take on Zack and Wiki, which I thought was a really good game.
So, No More Heroes, thumbs up. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. I wish I could give it more because it was so cool, but it has a lot of limitations.
Zack and Wiki, initial response is I like it a lot. I definitely give it 2 thumbs up. It's worth the money that you pay for it, and I don't know if I can give it a number yet.
No?
I
Too
don't.
early?
Too early.
Okay.
Well,
put it on the site somewhere.
Okay, I'll do that. So when I have more to say about it, I will definitely put it on the site.
All right.
Oh wow,
It's that time again.
it is that time again. What time is it?
Time to bash the PS3.
I am just so off today.
It's been a long podcast. It's been a long day. It's been a long week. So we're gonna just end it.
But
With the bash
back
the
to
PS3.
PS3. So this week, an independent, I don't know how you'd call
Something.
it. One of those people that measures statistics and numbers. Just recently found out that in the month Analyst. In the month of February, the Wii has outsold the PS3 4-1 in Japan. So how many is that? That's 331,000 units compared to 89,000 units.
Right.
Which I think is fantastic news considering that Blu-ray won the format war.
Yeah.
But I think that's really fantastic news considering that the Wii doesn't even have a DVD player. So we can say that it is the far superior machine.
Yes. We've been saying that from the start.
From the start.
One thing I want to say is we looked up the PlayStation 3 to see what news was coming out, and almost all the news is about the next Metal Gear Solid coming out. Excuse me.
You got a frog in your throat?
I do. It was all about the next Metal Gear Solid coming out. And then we were thinking about that for a minute, and he said, wait a minute, Smash Brothers is coming out like next week. So Snake is going to be out on the Wii before it's going to be out on the PlayStation 3.
Which is the Konami exclusive.
We get Snake first.
Yep.
So suck on that, PlayStation 3. We win again.
Hooray for the Wii.
Hurrah. 3 cheers. That's not really. No.
I'm Marvin.
I'm Ben.
Thanks for watching another fantastic episode of We Like to Podcast.